Halle was beating the fuck out of this nigga. I'm talking about swinging on this nigga. I'm talking about piecing this nigga up.
Y'all, this right here is wild. Just when we thought the drama between Halle Bailey and DDG couldn't get any messier, boom, a bombshell drops that's got the whole internet spiraling. Allegedly, Halle Bailey has put a hit on DDG. Yes, you heard that right. Sweet, soft-spoken Halle, the same girl who sang to crabs in Disney's The Little Mermaid, is now being accused of hiring goons to take out her baby daddy. And if that sounds insane to you, buckle up, because this story only gets darker from here. We're talking history of abuse, footage of Halle asking fans to and the cherry on top, an alleged leaked voice note floating around that has fans and internet detectives alike saying, wait, is that Halle's voice? From restraining orders to full-blown for higher speculation, this isn't just a celebrity breakup anymore. This is starting to feel like the plot of Law & Order, Celebrity Crimes Unit. So what really led us here? Okay, so to really get this talk about this whole murder plot situation, we've got to take it back a bit, because according to DDG, the red flags were waving way before things blew up in public. He's saying Halle is mentally unstable and allegedly also capable of. In the court docs, DDG says Halle would send him text messages talking about wanting to end her life. And not just that, he claims she even hinted that their child might be harmed too. Yeah, it's heavy. He accuses her of using threats of self-harm to control him emotionally, saying it was a pattern throughout their relationship. One situation he points out is that Halle threatened to kill herself and then tried to drive while in that emotional state with baby Halo in the car. That scared him so much, he says he reached out to her godmother to try and step in. And according to him, this wasn't just a one-time thing. He says she sent similar disturbing messages at other times. Then there's another situation from a few years back. DDG claims they got into an argument and afterwards Halle grabbed his license and stormed out. That moment stuck with him and he says it shows she's not stable or safe to be with.
Halle sent a ton of text messages to him. She was allegedly threatening to kill herself and suggesting that their son might be as well. He says during this time she was actually driving a car and Halle took his legal and left their home.
He paints all this as proof that Halle's not in the right headspace to be a mom and that she's dangerous, not just to herself, but possibly to him too. At one point, things got really dark. He says Halle begged him to take full custody of Halo and accused her then boyfriend of wanting her to. DDG allegedly told her he was genuinely scared, saying he felt like she might kill him in his sleep one day. Imagine that. Doesn't this really scream of someone who is capable of what these rumors are saying? Well, it does. It's not just the texts or the allegations. DDG alleges that during Bailey's pregnancy, he discovered Apple AirTags hidden in all 3 of his vehicles, which he believes she used to stalk and monitor him. Yes, multiple hidden in his vehicles. He says he started receiving repeated tracking alerts on his phone, and with the help of his mom, they searched his cars and eventually found them, tucked away in hidden spots. And just to make this whole thing even spookier, his mom, Tanya Granberry, backed up the story. She said the first AirTag was found 2 years ago, right after Halle allegedly showed up uninvited to a Beverly Hills movie theater where DDG was on a date with another woman. Coincidence? Or was she following him in real time so as to allegedly alert the goons to make a move? Tanya says they found another AirTag the very next day, this one hidden under the seat of DDG's Maybach. Like, this wasn't just someone checking in, it was full-blown tracking. Then there was also that footage in which Halle was telling DDG to get off stream to go get some food, allegedly with a knife on her hand.
She said she told you to get off. You said what? She told you to get off. She said she gonna walk over. She's like, he better be on stream. I just told him to get off.
We gonna go get some food.
Okay. I'm about to get off. She got in her hand.
Can you imagine that? So by the time he filed those court documents, DDG wasn't just talking about controlling behavior, he was talking about surveillance, fear, and what he described as a slow build towards something much worse. And then he said the quiet part out loud. Word on the street is that DDG openly stated that he believes Halle is trying to end his life. He didn't sugarcoat it. He claimed he's already endured physical attacks on his thumb and bruises on his forearm, and to make things even messier, there was a moment where Halle allegedly told her fans in public to kill him.
Now ladies, have y'all ever had to tell a guy that if he messes with your heart, you're gonna kill him? You're gonna kill him. What you gonna do? You'll kill him.
Yeah, that actually happened. So now after everything that's gone down, DDG says a attempt wouldn't even shock him at this point. Let that sink in, and now with these jaw-dropping rumors that Halle was caught on tape allegedly hiring goons, suddenly DDG's plot claims don't sound so far-fetched anymore. It's the kind of twist that makes you pause and ask, wait, could there really be something more sinister behind all this? But that's just one side of the chaos, because even if she did snap, what would have driven her to that point? Behind every plot is a motive. And in Bailey's case, if these leaked court filings and whispered testimonies hold any weight, the motive may have been building long before anyone was paying attention. Before the voice notes, the burner phones, and the alleged hitman, Halle says she was trapped in a silent war behind closed doors, one filled with control, gaslighting, fear, and eventually violence. Halle has claimed that DDG attacked her multiple times. She alleges he has not only been physically abusive, but also emotionally and financially.
So Halle Bailey has filed and was actually granted a restraining order against DDG, who is her child's father. She alleges that he has been physically, verbally, and emotionally and financially.
She alleges that all this began one quiet afternoon just after the couple had already split. On the surface, it was supposed to be a routine visitation exchange. Halle had just packed up their baby boy Halo and was walking DDG through a calm, respectful conversation about setting a proper schedule. But something shifted in the air, something snapped in DDG as Halle leaned into the car to buckle Halo into his seat. She says DDG's voice turned into something ugly, something venomous. He allegedly began screaming over and over for her to get out of the car. She alleges that words cut deep, but it wasn't just words. She claims the baby started crying. Halle, startled and shaken, says she hesitated, terrified to let DDG drive off while he was clearly agitated, his rage boiling just inches from their child. And that hesitation, it turned into a nightmare. In her court statement, Halle describes how DDG grabbed her by the hair, yanked her body toward him, and slammed her face into the steering wheel. The impact was so violent, she says, it chipped her tooth right there in front of their crying child. No screaming back, no fighting, no dramatic escape, just shock, fear, tears, and yet, even after the pain, the humiliation, and the crack of bone against metal, Halle says she climbed into the passenger seat beside the man who just attacked her. Why? To protect her son, because at that moment, as much as she wanted to disappear or scream for help, she was still a mother first. She says she rode all the way to DDG's house, trembling and bleeding silently, just to make sure Halo got into safe hands. His grandparents, uncles, aunts, anyone but DDG himself. Only after their son was out of harm's way did she leave bruised, swollen, chipped, and hysterical. Rumor has it she submitted photos to support her claims, images that reportedly show her chipped front tooth, swollen lip, and reddened cheeks where her face hit the wheel. The photos haven't been made public, but according to legal insiders, the visual proof was strong enough to shake the courtroom. This wasn't a rumor anymore. This was real, and for Halle, it was the start of something darker. Some friends say she changed after that. She became quieter, tense, the kind of tension that doesn't fade, it ferments. They say she would quietly repeat to herself how deeply she trusted him and how painful it was that he did something like that in front of their baby. And maybe, just maybe, that moment, the crack of the wheel, the scream in her face, the trauma locked in her son's tiny memory, was the exact second something inside her broke. But here's the thing, broken things don't stay silent forever. People close to her allegedly said she didn't feel safe anymore, not even with the restraining order, that she believed it was only a matter of time before something really bad happened, and that the law wouldn't protect her when it counted most. Then she said this: "I cannot allow this any longer. I cannot keep living like this.
I cannot allow this any longer. I cannot keep living like this."
And those words, they led to the rumors that maybe, just maybe, Halle had been pushed too far, that somewhere in the chaos, the fear turned into desperation, and that's when she made the call, not to the police, not to her lawyer, but to the streets. The word on the curb, she allegedly hired goons and supposedly caught on tape talking about handling the situation, burner phones, shady money transfers, rumors of people claiming to recognize her voice on a leaked voice note. Now the streets are talking, and in the world of celebrity, when rumors walk like a duck and quack like a duck, people start calling it a damn swan. So now we're here. From Instagram couple goals to restraining orders, stalking, violence, and for hire whispers, a Disney sweetheart is at the center of something straight out of a Netflix crime doc. And DDG, well, he's allegedly fearing for his life, claiming that her trauma turned toxic, that her fear turned fatal, that the woman who once sang love songs to him now wants him gone for good. And maybe this whole thing is just a wild mess of hurt, pride, and pain, or maybe it's darker than we thought, because when you mix heartbreak, trauma, a baby, and fame, you don't just get gossip, you get a time bomb, and it might have already gone off. So what do you think? Is the alleged tape real? Could Halle really have taken things that far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.